Greetings in love, brothers and sisters. How's everyone doing? Okay, I am the last speaker, and I am the only thing that is between you and your lunch. So I need everyone to stand up for a minute. Stand up. And when I say 2017, you say starts now. All right? 2017? Starts now. 2017? Starts now. 2017. All right, you guys are awake. Thank you. I got your attention. I looked at the list of speakers that we had today, and I'm so privileged to be amongst that prolific list. And I know it's a great privilege to hold this mic, so I'm going to say very few words today, which is rare for me if you know me, because a lot of the stuff has already been said that I'd want to share. The dynamic speakers really kind of touched on everything that I want to say. But I want to go to my own story and my family story. So, Peter, can you show the next slide there? When I was 7 years old, that's a picture of me there when I was 8, with my dad. We had a trampoline and we were jumping on it. And I was 7 years old and my aunt lives in Kincardine. And we were driving home on Canada Day, and I was a little brat. And I was like, I want to see fireworks. I want to see fireworks. And my dad was like, shut up, please just shut up. And I kept crying. And he goes, you know what? It's true. Why doesn't Guelph have a Canada Day celebration? You're right. And he said, I will do everything that I need to do to make sure that you and all Guelphites have a Canada Day celebration next year. Next year, he made it happen. He worked with the Rotary Club. He got Canadian Tire on board. He got all of these different partners on board. And then ever since that year, in 1991, we've had a Canada Day celebration where between 30 to 60,000 people come see fireworks, but are together and sharing space and learning about each other's cultures. And to me, that's one of the beautiful things about Canada, is that when you have an idea, you can make it happen. There was going to be a video that I was going to show you, but I don't have the opportunity to do it because the technology is not working. But I had an idea in 2009. One of our great icons of music passed away, Michael Jackson. And when he passed away, it was right before Canada Day. It was also the time that we had the big garbage strike, and there was not going to be a celebration. And you started to see all these mobilizations around the world to celebrate such a great icon in music. And I recognized that there was Canada Day happening, no celebrations really because of the garbage strike. So I started to make some phone calls, and within about 48 hours, we pulled together what some of you might have come to at Dundas Square, and it was the Canada Day Michael Jackson celebration. We had an ad in Metro within 48 hours, and 30,000 people showed up. They was full, the streets were full at Yonge and Dundas, and we danced for 3 hours to Michael Jackson. Those are ideas that we had. And me, my dad, were just regular Canadians, just like everyone here in the room. And if we can flip to the next slide, this is kind of my proposal, is that we make a concerted effort to remove as many barriers, create accessible and equitable opportunities, and provide enough resources for all Canadians who take the initiative to create meaningful and inclusive experiences which will awaken the spirit of our entire universe. If we can flip to the next one, I'll say that more simply. Let's make it simple for Canadians to bring their ideas to life. I don't know why there are so many barriers in front of us. There's obviously barriers, Natty spoke to many of them, which I completely recognize. But at the same time, if we can have those courageous conversations, move past those barriers, and allow people to have their ideas come to fruition, some of the best ideas will come to be. We live in Canada with so much diversity that these ideas are coming not only from these lands, which we have such indigenous cultures that we need to respect and learn from. And I'm so thankful to be here on Turtle Island and for my family to have been able to grow up here. And those ideas need to come back to the forefront, those ancient wisdoms. We also need to recognize the wisdoms that have come from all over the world with that diversity that we have here. And if we let people bring up their ideas and remove all those barriers, provide really easy mechanisms for funding these ideas, crowdsourcing, online technology, we can really celebrate Canada 2017 in a new, prolific way. If you can flip to the next slide. I think that we need to couple that with giving some people who and organizations and individuals who have a tried and true format and methodology that is working in communities, give them a platform to do a few signature experiences for Canada. This is one of them that we had the opportunity to do. It's a global art project called Inside Out. And these guys gave us the opportunity to photograph different community members. So in Toronto, we had emerging artists as well as established artists and amateurs and just people that wanted to participate. 25 photographers went out and shot their communities. And then we went up and wheat pasted them in the streets. This is a project by the street artist JR that went global. By doing these types of projects, we can start to see our communities on the street and we start to see individuals. This is an idea someone had and it went global very quickly because TED.com gave them the platform to make it a reality. The next example was another video that I can't show you, but it was, oh, wow. Peter made it happen. If there's audio, that would be great. But this is a flash mob.
A showdown. Hell no, I can't slow down. It's going to go.
Maestro Fresh West in the building. Canada. He's celebrating his 25-year anniversary this year. This was a group of people that came together, and National Ballet School partnered with Manifesto, and at Dundas Square, we put together this flash mob. And you'll see within this video, there's young people as young as like 6, 7, 8 years old to elders like, I think that one of the oldest people was in their 70s, all coming together to learn a dance together, all different backgrounds, and perform it together for a collective experience. That's me doing a backflip. These types of things, look at what happened with the artist Psy and that dance that went global, right? Who remembers, you can flip that to the next thing. Who remembers the song Waving Flag that captured the entire globe by an artist, Kanon? We have this in Canada, we have this in the world, and I really think that if we choose a few artists, we can make these really memorable events. Is there one slide before this? There's one idea that I want to put forth for Canada. I think that one of the things that we do a lot, and I think it's very important, and I do a lot of it, is talk. I think that if we took a moment to stop, reflect, and breathe together, we can not change the world, but we can change ourselves. And when we change ourselves, we are part of the world. So if each individual changes themselves, we change the world every moment, right? So I propose that in 2017, leading up to or during 2017 celebrations, we take a moment to meditate. All right? One thing, and Nati said it very well, is that we need to celebrate our differences. And I completely agree with that. At the same time, we must celebrate our similarities. And one of the single most things that we share as humanity is our breath. And if we take a moment and we stop and we connect to our breath, to ourselves, and really find ourselves, it will lead to our own self-actualization. And when you go within, you actually connect to the entire universe. So I would propose that we take a moment to stop and that we take a deep breath, channel all of our energy, look within. All the stories will start to emerge. It'll all come out of us when we take this moment. And when you do that, you create extreme divine energy. And then at the end of that meditation, we can share that divine meditation with the entire world. And that energy that we create in Canada can permeate. And that's where I say this last thing, that I want Canada to not be the best country in the world, but the best country for the world. And I really think that when we take that moment to reflect, what's so beautiful about it is not only all Canadians can take a moment to stop and breathe, but the entire world can. So we can invite the entire world to participate. It can be a national deep breath, a national moment to meditate, but it will actually become a global moment to meditate. So with that in mind, I will not say much more, and I will respect my 20 seconds left, and I'll let you guys breathe for 10 seconds.
Thank you so much.